Monday guidance for this week starting the 12th to the 19th of December of 2022. And we're building up to the solstice on the 21st, which is said to be a really big one again this year. Every time I tune into it, the angels are showing, it's almost like a strong wind blowing through, and these two gates opening, and all that yucky energy is just going out, and then followed by this beautiful rolling wave of golden energy. So as light workers, we come together to do that work, to send our love and light, to anchor our own dreams and goals and intentions for love and peace in the planet, and for our own personal selves and our family and our loved ones, so that we can send that ripple of beautiful energy of love and peace and healing through that energetic gateway. Now, saying all of that, I know that so many of you have been feeling a bit low, maybe flat, struggling with some surprising situations coming towards the end of the year, or just feeling that weariness as we go towards the end of the year. Maybe you're just exhausted and you need a good rest. Maybe you've just been taking too much energy into your energetic field. Don't forget that you're an empath as well as everything else that you do in the world. So you do tend to tap into the collective energy. And if the collective energy is, maybe there's people around you that are lonely or sad or struggling, or there's just that frenetic energy, that can load in on your energetic field. And you have to be aware of what's yours emotionally and what you need to deal with, right? Because sometimes sadness comes up and it kind of can feel like it's slapping you in the face sometimes. And you want to say, no, go away, I've got things to do, I don't want to do this today. But sometimes these things are popping up to be cleared. They're coming up to show you something. Maybe it's, deep down, you've been pushing away something that you really want and desire, and you have been perhaps feeling that you can't have it. Or maybe you're looking at other people doing something that you want to do, and you're feeling like, oh, it's a mountain to climb to get there. Or you're just feeling so loaded up by everything else that you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And the angels want to let you know today that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and they want to help you to lighten your load. And so when those emotions come up, it's really good to just stop for a second, acknowledge them, acknowledge what they're telling you, rather than pushing them away and being hard on yourself for being negative. Like, be kind to yourself and ask yourself, like, what are these emotions calling for my inner self, my true self, to do, be, or experience in this moment? And it might just be to slow down, or to have a little sleep, or to just meditate for a minute, or say a prayer. Do something that connects with the inner you, the soul self, and do something then that connects with spirit, with your angels, with the divine, so that you feel that you're not alone on this journey. And set aside any of those thoughts that want to come crowding in to tell you that you're not good enough, that you're not going to get what you want, that you're losing the race, because there isn't a race. And there is a golden pathway, if you like, to what it is that you need and want right now. And if you're thinking all of those cluttery thoughts, those negative thoughts that are bringing you down, it's the difference between feeling sad, oh, I feel sad about this, or I wish this hadn't happened, or I feel grief today, than thinking thoughts like, I'm never going to get what I want. Like, that's two different types of thoughts. One is a sad emotion that's coming up to be dealt with, and the other one is a thought that comes from your negative self, which is pretty much sometimes made up from criticism, judgment, fear. It's fear. And those criticisms, judgments, and fears just form this voice of negativity that tell you things, like a negative person standing next to you saying, you can't have this and you can't have that. And every time we get overwhelmed, or we have a negative experience, or we encounter people who are wishing us harm, or low energy in their own right, that voice it's like it gets blown up a little bit, it gets magnified. You get tired, you get drained. And it's like your natural defenses drop down and it kind of rolls in and it's like catching a cold, literally. And you pick it up and it starts to talk to you. That isn't an emotion that you need to deal with. It's a fear that you need to counteract. You need to go, okay, I'm not listening to this. I am going to have what I want. I trust myself. I trust my angels. I trust the universe. I'm going to work hard and make it happen, or I'm going to say affirmations. You counteract those things. But when it comes to emotions that come up to be dealt with, then you've got to give yourself the love and the care and the acknowledgement to listen to those. But the other stuff is just like an old tape that's just playing over and over again. It's like when someone it's like lift music, right? It's just on a cycle that's going over and over and over again. And we just have to stop giving those negative voices energy. So I'm hearing from so many light workers that you are struggling at the moment. And if you are, I'm sending you love, and I'm suggesting that you just write down a few things that you really want to happen and ask your angels for help with it. And say a prayer, put your hands together and call in a different energy. And trust me, something will change, something will shift. Don't let any of those negative voices, past or present, bring you down. You deserve better, and it's really important to keep your energy high and your mind high. Okay, so we're going to get into the reading. I've talked enough. And today we're working with the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck. Whoopsie. And the Archangel Michael deck from Radley Valentine. So first up, let's ask the angels to come in. We're going to call in Archangel Michael, who's great at sweeping away those negative thoughts and negative feelings. Let me know in the comments where you're watching from. And we're also going to call on Archangel Metatron again, because Metatron is very much about raising your vibration, getting your energy high, right? And this is what we want with this build up to the solstice, is that we want to start letting all that stuff go so it can flush out and we can bring in a new energy. We can call in what it is that we want. All right, so Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, thank you for being with us here today. Oh, look, they match my shirt. Thank you so much for being with us here today. And look, put out for what you want. What would you like the angels' guidance about today? So we ask you, Metatron and Michael, to give us a clear message for this week. What is it we most need to know? How can we overcome the challenges that are being presented? And how can we manifest those things that are coming in? I'm already hearing the angels chatting away. Yes. See, I always talk, not really knowing what I'm going to say. And then the angels kind of affirm what I've just said, which is how they work, right? So our first card out is the World. This is the most joyful card we could have got this week, right? This is for this whole week. It's showing you, it's a really joyful card, right? It's the World. It shows Archangel Jophiel, who's the angel that helps us with our thoughts, helps us to uplift our thoughts when they're a bit negative and low. And what she's saying to me is that sometimes you don't even realize you're thinking a negative thought, but you are. Because you think you're talking facts. You're saying, oh, I'm too young for this, or I'm too old for that, or I'm never going to have this. And they're not facts. They're just beliefs that are limiting. They're keeping you small and keeping you stuck. And your inner self, your lower self, your soul doesn't like that, because your soul doesn't want to be limited. Remember, there's a song about don't fence me in, don't box me in. And that's really what the Jophiel is saying to you. You have a unlimited light inside of you, unlimited power. You have unlimited connection to the divine intelligence, the divine wisdom. You just don't realize it. You see what you see in the mirror and you think that's it, but that you are so much more than that. And it's time for you to stop limiting yourself. So Archangel Jophiel is going to help you not only to raise your vibration, but to raise the vibration of the thoughts that you're thinking. So be open to possibilities that you've never been open to before. Because if you walk the path of the only possibility you believe or can see, you are keeping yourself limited. In fact, you might even be missing the path that's opening to you over here, that is taking you in a more direct way to your goals and dreams, or is taking you through situations and opportunities that you would never have thought of. So that Archangel Jophiel and the angels that we called in are asking that you open to unlimited possibilities. If what you're thinking of is good, what would be absolutely freaking fantastic for you? How does that affect your energy, your mood, your thoughts right now? If you could just take the lid off what you've been believing is possible for you, And how much energy are you giving to the world? Because if the world energy has been affecting you, it's because of what you're tuned into, right? Because there are pockets of all different vibrations all over this world. I watched a show over the weekend. It's called My Unorthodox Life on Netflix. I've only got 10 days left on Netflix because I cancelled it, but I found something I wanted to watch. I don't usually like reality TV, but this woman was talking about how she's a multi-millionaire businesswoman who came out of a fundamental religious community where people, women would just have to cover up all the time, and they weren't allowed to make money, and they just were there for wives and babies. That's having babies. And I thought, wow, there's so much going on in the world that I don't know about. In fact, even this woman who's a fantastic inspirational businesswoman, I didn't know she existed. So we have to understand that sometimes what we're tuned into and we're feeling from the world isn't anything to do with really what's really going on in the world. It's just the things that we are tuned into. And maybe we've got to change what we're tuning into if we're not feeling so good. Good morning, Carol, my lovely angel psychic lady, angel communication. Hey, Lara. Hi, you're in Darwin. Oh, I love Darwin so much. Ruby. Hi, Ruby. You can book a reading with me. I'm doing a group reading right now, though. I'm sending you lots of love. Hi, Dee. Everyone's commenting. Hello. So what do you think of that, right? You've got to tune in to be specific about what you're tapping into. And if you're tapping into things that make you feel angry, sad, I'm not talking about in your personal life, because sometimes we've got to deal with those things. We have to deal with what we have to deal with, right? Process it, talk about it, release it, whatever. But when it's in your media sort of sphere, perhaps you just got to stop tapping into the stuff that's making you feel bad. All right. The block card is another queen. Jophiel is a queen. So this one is, look at her. She's sitting there with her box of tarot. She's staring out into the ocean, and she's got her chalice in front of her. I think that's a mermaid on the chalice, angels on her throne, and she's just staring out into the void. She's staring out into the distance. Now, I love the Queen of Water because she's psychic, she's intuitive, she's a giver. She loves to give, she loves to serve, she loves to help others. And she forgets herself. And this is why this card is sitting in the block position, because you have been forgetting yourself. You've been forgetting to look after yourself. You've been forgetting to put energy into yourself. So if we think about it, right, energy flows where thoughts go, and energy goes where energy goes, right? So what we focus on is where all our energy goes. So if we go out and we mow the lawn and we water the lawn and we put fertilizer on it, it's going to grow and look beautiful and green. But if we ignore it, it's going to struggle. It's going to have weeds. It's going to have dry patches. It's going to look crappy. So how are you treating, if you were the lawn in this analogy, how are you treating yourself right now? Are you expecting yourself to be abundant and healthy and vital and your ideal body state, and yet you're not doing anything about any of that? Or you're just giving it a minimum because you're putting all your energy out? That's where your energy is going, right? So by the end of our lives will be the sum total of where our energy's gone. But of course, right, we want to share, we want to give, we want to be a force of good in the world because we're tired of all the selfishness and the greed. But we can't mix up greed and selfishness with self-care, self-preservation and protection of this, and gratitude for this precious vessel that we've come through in. So this, the archangels are saying to you, you got to take care of yourself, because otherwise the energy that comes in is just going to leak out to everyone else. So you'll be asking for abundance, but the bills will show up and just take all that abundance away, or people will come and ask you for it. You've got to plug up the leaks by taking care of you and having some good boundaries. All right, guidance. This is big this week, right? So this is Archangel Sandalphon, yes. And he's the angel of spiritual counsel in a way. You can pray and ask Sandalphon to take your prayers to the divine. And he's the angel of wise guidance. He also keeps us grounded, and he reminds us that there's many, many different ways to do what you do in the world, right? You whatever you believe in is just as valid as what other people believe in, as long as you're not harming anyone with it, right? We don't go for the belief systems that tell us that only certain people can get into the gates of heaven. What is that? Like, God is love. We're here to live our lives to be God in person, right? Not in a I'm more powerful than you way, but in a way of, if someone incarnates as a trans person or a gay person, or why am I even saying this? Because we're all equal, we're all deserving of the divine. So here the Sandalphon angel is telling you, you need to connect with other thought systems and minds and work together. So for you, what does this mean? Maybe you've got to start to seek your healing and your path, the way that you move forward, by tapping into your spiritual tools and understanding what really makes you tick. There's guidance coming through for you, and you are just as deserving as anyone else to have the joy, the success. You know how some people sometimes say, oh, it's all right for you. It's all right for you, but everyone has their own path to walk. But no one's path is blocked purposefully. So the divine is with you and helping you, just as it helps everyone else. So trust in yourself and reach out to like minds. You know, I love my little group that we've got going in Angel Communication right now, because it's a group of like-minded people, and we grow when we're around people that support us, and we shrivel and wither when we're around people that undermine us. And that is the truth. And yes, you know, it can take a lot out of you, but at the same time, it's almost like your little inner GPS is just saying, okay, go where you feel connected, go where you feel appreciated, go where you feel supported and cheered on, and zip your lip about your dreams and goals when you're around people who want to throw wet blankets on them or be two-faced. Outcome. Oh, love this one. So Archangel Raphael, of course, it's a card of connection. It's a card of, look at this, of abundance. It's a card of love. So if you're out there looking for your soulmate, this is a really good omen. But if you're not, or you're already in your relationship, this is showing you how things, it's like the end of a really difficult time. Look how they're cheersing each other. See how in the block card, the Queen was sitting there with her cup by herself, and she kind of looks a bit sad. She's just staring out into the void by herself. But here they're cheersing together. They're sharing what they have. So if you're not thinking about this on a relationship level, think about it from you and the divine. What you put out comes back to you. Yes? What you put out comes back to you. You have a team of angels working, ready to work with you to make your dreams come true. So we've got the house. Are you manifesting something special? It's coming in. It's coming in. Archangel Raphael is your angel here. So it's like, by following on the guidance that you've been given today, this is the outcome. So let's ask Archangel Michael for one final card, because I just want to keep this going. Just what else do we need to know? And then let's move forward. Do you know what this card also gives me? That gate energy that I was seeing right at the beginning, the gateway. See, the gate is open, the path is leading you to your dreams. but you've got to be conscious of what you're leaving behind. Now, if you came on Friday to the violet flame attunement, we did a massive clearing. I mean, talk about all that energy leaving the space, so much of it. We went back to past lives. We cleared out old karma from this lifetime. We cleared out unforgiveness. It was very, very powerful. And that event is still up as a replay if you want to go get it on my website, only just for one more day. So if you want to get it, now is the time. So that's a good way to prepare for this solstice energy. All right. Get your power back. This is a little bit of help from Archangel Michael. Have you, whenever you feel sad and you feel low and you feel like, oh, it's not happening, I can't get what I want, you've forgotten who you are. You've forgotten your power. You've given it to something or someone. So just right now, intuitively, go with the first thought that comes to your mind. Who's got your power? Who have you given your power to? Think about it. Hi, Robin. Hi, Leah. So what I mean is, okay, we say, all right, I don't feel good today. I'm never going to have what I want, or I'm just feeling sad, or I just feel like I'm not getting anywhere. Where is your power when you're thinking about that? Because it's not here. It's out there somewhere. So you're either blaming someone, or you're thinking about something that happened in the past that made you feel powerless, right? Because sometimes what people do does for a minute make us go, what? But they don't have your power unless you have permission. You've given them permission to take it. So who has your power right now? Hi, Teresa. Take it back. Archangel Michael's saying, I'm here with my sword right now. I'm ready to cut that cord with whomever you've given your power to, or whatever you've given your power to, right? You might be feeling jealous of someone and saying, that person's got all this good stuff happening and that means I can't have it because they've got it all, which is rubbish, right? There's enough for everyone. That person's showing you how it's done. That person's demonstrating that you are unlimited because they're unlimited. Because I always say, people say, oh, I've got a successful spiritual business. People say, oh, you must have done this or done that. I'm just a normal person. I just worked some things out, and I'm still working things out. I'm still working things out because the world is ever changing. But if I can do it, so can you do it. If you've got a spiritual business, a healing business, a psychic business, there's something that you want to do that is in your soul that you want to do out there, you can make a good living from it. You can be successful. I can help you with that because there's just a path, and the angels help me with that. So whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. A toxic relationship. Oh gosh, I get you. I really hear you, Laura. Yeah, so take that power back. Get Archangel Michael. Cut the cord between me and this toxic relationship. This person is not going to bring me down. That relationship is not going to define how I live my life moving forward. That person had a good go at it, but they're not going to destroy me. Right? And sometimes we're like, our jaw is on the floor, right, about how people can behave. We're like, how could you do that? But we've got to get ourselves out of that hypnotized shock or horror feeling and get on with what making our life good and leaving that person in our dust. I want you to do that, Laura. That's what I want. That's what I want for you. I want you to leave that person in your dust. Hi, Julie. Welcome, welcome. I'm not doing private one-on-one readings in this session, but you can certainly go over and book a half-hour session with me if you like, or get on my mailing list because I'm just about to do an offer for my readings. I'm going to put that in today's newsletter. So if you would like a one-on-one reading with me, I've been doing this work for 20 years, and I've just learned that giving the group reading every week is really powerful, and there's bits in this group reading that you were here, it's no accident that you showed up for this. So you need to listen carefully because your angels guided you to this session for whatever reason. And so rather than me do private readings, I'm doing a group reading. That's how I do it. That's how I bring the angels to you. And then if you want to work with me privately, you can. You're welcome, Lara. So I love these cards for you today. I'm Rachel Scoltock, Angel Medium. You can go over to my website. There's a link in the comments right now. And I'd love to see a picture of Darwin. Lara, put it in the comments a bit later if you feel up to it. I love Darwin so much. Every month I do these special events called Archangel Attunements, and they're 90-minute Zoom sessions where we get a bunch of people show up. They're about they're $57 to join, or you can get the early bird for $47. It's open for a few days. And so we work with a different archangel, and then we work with different spiritual tools. I teach you how to work with that archangel, and then you're attuned to the angel, and we take you on this deeply healing soul journey to clear and heal your energy. And these things are palpable. This just isn't a guided meditation. It's a very high frequency energetic healing with the angels, and you go on a journey to their specific healing place, their specific temple. And it's very, very powerful. And so this month we did on Friday was the Violet Flame Attunement with Archangel Zadkiel. And that replay is still up if you want to do it. Next month, I've written all the titles and the dates for 2023, for all of the attunements of 2023. There's going to be 13 attunements because we're going to do a Lionsgate special activation. And right now you can buy all 13 attunements for $444. That's $37 each. You're saving $297. That's 5 free attunements in 2023 if you buy them all up front for $444. So I've put the link for that there. If you just want to continue coming to them monthly, you're still able to do that for $57. And the next one is up, which is Archangel Gabriel on January 13th. So if I'm just leaving this offer for the package open for a couple more days too. Hi Yasmin, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much. The angels surely called you here, definitely. Cindy, hi Cindy, blessings to you. So if you're just coming in now, this is just the end of the, we've been on for about 27 minutes, but you can go back and listen to the angels' messages that I brought through for you. Sending you lots and lots of love. And look, absolutely gorgeous cards from Radley Valentine. If you would like, I'll just pull one more card for you and you can take it as yours if you want it, if it resonates. Be the real you. You know, the word that has been echoing the most from the angels since December rolled into, well, November rolled into December has been authenticity. What you're being asked to do is take off the mask, the one that you learnt to wear in order to fit in, right? So maybe when you're a kid, someone said to you, you're too loud, or you're too quiet, or you're too sensitive, or you're too creative, or or they taught you, you need to tiptoe around me, or you need to people please. And these are all kind of roles, they're masks that we put on that make us not us. And it doesn't mean we're not nice, good people. It just means that we hold ourselves back because we're saying, oh, I don't want to upset anyone. I'm being this so that I don't draw attention to myself, but that actually holds you back. So this card from Archangel Michael is saying, be the real you, the core of who you really are and what you came here to be and do and experience. That's where your power lies. All right, that's for those of you who said, is there any guidance? Angel blessings, everyone. I'm just about to go over to Instagram in half an hour, and I do another reading on Instagram Live. So if you want to join me over there, Rachel Scoltock, Angel Medium, and angel blessings. Have a beautiful week ahead. Bye.